If you're going to spend money on your shoes, you might as well invest in keeping them in good shape. Some of my shoes are a mortgage payment. I don't know about all y'all out there, but the ones I'm wearing right now.
Those are fabulous.
They are nice. So that type of thing, if you're going to invest the money in the shoes, you want to keep them looking their best, especially with the rainy weather coming in Vancouver. If you're spending money on shoes, they're going to be a leather sole. You need to protect that leather sole.
Let's start.
And that's why we do something called TOPYing, which this is untopied, this is topied, and this is a little rubber sole that they put on it, and it keeps the leather from getting wet and curling.
Right.
So if you keep walking in the rain,
equals wet foot.
That wet foot.
This equals dry foot.
And it also equals rotted sole.
Right.
And no one wants rotten feet.
So how much approximately if you take that to?
If you're TOPYing, I go to Cobbler. He's, I personally think, the best in town. He's right down the street here, which is convenient. Nice. And he's a third-generation Dutch Cobbler. Yeah, and his children are working in the shop now too, so that's fourth generation.
You got to be careful where you take your shoes. My girlfriend Lori took her Louboutins in, and they replaced the red sole. She bawled. Unbelievable.
That's a sin.
It is a sin. But you go to Rookies.
That's what happens.
Happen.
So it's about $28 to $30 depending on the size of the shoe.
Okay, this would be a throw out for most guys.
It would be.
I'm going to toss that out. That is, hello.
You'd think, well, that's something I'm not going to ever be able to wear those again. And you can take them to a reputable cobbler. Like Quick Cobbler. And they will put them back together again. And this was $30.
Really?
Whole new sole. And he just re-sewed it back on, and it's in like new condition.
$30. Okay, this happens to me all the time. You know I love my shoes.
Yeah, that's from driving. And if you're driving a stick, then it'll happen on both shoes.
And that was the case here.
So we've cleaned them up a little bit. We've also put a new
inside. We know this, ladies, right?
So a new insole, that was $24, and of course, new heel tip, $13, which, you know.
Look at that beautiful shoe.
Please make sure at your holiday parties that you have made sure that you've got it re-tipped on your shoes.
No clicking.
I had a very nice woman ruin my hardwood floors a few years ago at my Christmas party.
Right.
So let's make sure that.
Now these are some shoes.
They are. And
holy Stephen.
You know, no one works harder than a drag queen, and so a drag queen shoes need a little bit of extra love. So here we've we cleaned them up a little bit. They were a little tired, so we cleaned them up and we've thrown on.
Beautiful shoe.
And we want to thank Coco for going around barefoot this morning.
Thank you, Coco. Again, these look like shoes that are totally toast. Are these your shoes?
They are my shoes. I bought these in college when a young Eddie Vedder was climbing up the charts with Pearl Jam.
Rock and roll soles.
These. Like, look at these 90s soles. I took them in and said, hey, can you update these? This is a today-looking shoe.
You replaced the entire...
He replaced the entire sole. He cleaned them up. He fixed the insides, as you can see, so the inner lining. That's probably, I would say, probably about $100, which is probably more than I spent on them in 1992.
But that is now a $300 shoe.
Exactly.
Okay, so you had these stashed here, and we didn't know if we'd have time for them, but I love this because I did this with all of my boots, like dating back to, I don't even know when, my feet were a size 8. This was happening, the lower level was coming off, they were scuffed up and whatever. $15 a boot, and they all look like this.
15 to 30, and they can redo the whole thing. So this is only a partial. They can also go all the way, but for a boot, you don't necessarily want to go all the way. But a partial like this, and they do redo the heel, and you know that's probably $30 to $70 depending on the size of the boot and what kind of sole you're getting put on there.
You are a wealth of information.
I try.
You're good. Oh, I know. We got to show those mortgage payments one day.
Oh yeah, we will.
And by the way. This, with this, you're such a fabulous.
I try.
Stephen Schelling, he will be back on the program. Quick Cobbler is where you want to take your shoes if you're in the downtown core, or get referenced in referrals.
There's some great cobblers out there. It just happens to be the one that I trust my Ferragamos and Gucci's with.
There you go.
Because I'm not just going to give my babies to anybody.
I understand. I'm with you, brother.